Amazon has begun revealing details about its upcoming drone delivery program, such as drones adapted specifically to the climate of the city they're in. For example, the Chicago drone will be equipped to handle cold weather, the Seattle drone will be waterproof, and the Detroit drone will be on fire.
Hey! Welcome, everybody, to Thursday Night Live. I'm Ken Heron, and right over there, I give to you Dana Williams!
Here he is!
Do the dance. Play the air bass. Do the dance. Yes, so much happening this evening. Hello, Dana.
Hello, Ken. Welcome, welcome, everybody.
Oh, my goodness. Got a lot on the plate tonight. We're going to try to squeeze it all in an hour, maybe longer. You just don't know.
We'll get it.
B from DRONR will be on. I don't know if you're familiar with DRONR. That's his logo right there. He will be on right around 7:30. Going to talk in a couple minutes with that lovely redhead from Arizona. Her name is Linda, and she'll be on in just a couple minutes to make an announcement.
Oh, I'm lying here
with Linda on my mind. Who did that? Who sang that song? Who did that?
Conway Twitty.
Oh, yes, Mr. Twitty. So how have you been, Dana? What's new with you?
I have been extra good. You know, the Diamond Rio boys, we all went out on the road last weekend and went to Sauk Rapids, Minnesota.
Yeah.
And we played out of doors in a parking lot of some club of some sort, and it had about 30-mile-an-hour winds at 52 degrees.
Oh my goodness.
And God, it was cold.
Really?
See, we were the only ones that wasn't medicated and insulated with liquid courage. See?
I see. Well,
they were all fine. It was us that was dying.
Okay. And at any time in these exotic locations, did you bring your drone with you? And do you have footage for us this week of your fabulous?
Oh, I don't have nothing for you, man.
When
I didn't take it. I told you I need a Mavic.
It's too big.
It's just too big.
My Phantom. It's too big. I can't lift it. When are you gonna just throw down some money on get you
it's a sad story.
A platinum Mavic or whatever.
Platinum Mavic or a Spark.
Get a Spark. Man, anything.
We need to throw that out there, man, to the guys. You know, I've been watching YouTube videos all week on the Mavic and the Spark, and you know, I'm halfway afraid of the Mavic just because everybody's had so much trouble with it. But then you think, well, the Platinum's got to be the second generation.
Right, but it's quieter.
Yeah, maybe they got it all fixed, whatever the issues were.
The props are 60% quieter.
Billy Kyle has had awful troubles with his Mavic.
Well,
you know?
I mean, some people have good ones and some people have rotten ones.
Yes, you know. And then the Spark, I like how small it is and everything, but it only does 1080.
Okay.
And right there is Lafayette Wade saying, "Don't buy a Spark."
Well, look, Dana, I think the footage you get from the Spark would be better than the footage you have to share with us right now. Don't you think? And by the way, I figured out how to make the Phantom 4 Pro's props quieter.
Really?
Yep.
You take them off?
Just don't turn it on.
Yeah.
Listen to that. Go. Listen to that sweet, sweet silence. Oh, that's 100% quieter.
Sweet silence.
By the way, the prize for this evening is this lovely, lovely Force One drone, and the name of it is the Red Heron. Huh?
Oh, how about that?
Yeah, they named a drone after me. I've been on them about that. I said, look, guys, look, I push your drones a lot. Will you just name one after me? And they're like, okay, what's your favorite color? I said green. They said, okay, here's a Red Heron.
A Red Heron.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with the Baron.
Right. And by the way, tonight, I've got the Jingle Singers with us.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so you'll be hearing from them.
They're wacky, they're zany, wacky and zany. It's another wacky and zany show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and
we're going the whole different level now, baby.
that's right. And they'll sing about anything.
Very amusing.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's straight off of a Carpenter's record.
Another day closer to being dead.
All right, by the way, Super Chat is on right now. So there it is. Super Chat is on. If you would like to get our attention, the Super Chat works great. We'll take questions later on where we will actually read the stuff going by. And by the way, I made the window a little bit bigger from last week, you may have noticed, because some of us older fellas, our eyes aren't that great anymore. And by the way, Super Chat, $10 will get you a set of eyes for your Phantom 4, or your choice, a set of eyes for your Mavic, which are white, and we'll go on there. Any $10 Super Chat, while supplies last, just go ahead and do the Super Chat and specify which eyes you want. Now, these eyes, if you don't know, are a great bird deterrent. A bird looks at these eyes on your drone and they will fly the other way. I've seen it happen. So it's not just awesome looking, it's a very practical item. And I'll mail those out to you.
Just that, no doubt.
That's right. So I have a couple things I'm going to talk about later. I'm going to wait till Brennon B from DRONR comes on, and I want to talk to him about waivers, because I recently applied for a Part 107 waiver, and I actually got an email back from the FAA.
What are you wanting to fly at night?
Yeah. I'm gonna do the 107.29 daylight operation waiver. I just wanted to go through the process and see how easy or difficult and fast it was, in case I'd ever want to use it.
Good.
So we'll talk about that later on. There's
How long did it take you to get that email?
about a week. Yeah, they're on it. They're on it. And there's a guy who got from Australia. Lots of Australia stuff happening today. His Phantom 4 Pro got attacked by bees.
Oh.
And there's video.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh, also, I want to thank Bestum Aerial for being involved with our channel. Thank you so much. They supplied me with all these silicone knobs for your controller.
Not knobs.
Knobs, ladies. They will really help you out. I have them on all my controllers. If you would like a set while supplies last, any $10 Super Chat will get a set of these. Okay? Okay. So it's about time.
Unreal.
Huh?
Unreal, the stuff, man.
Oh, there's so much stuff. Isn't that right, Jingle Singers?
Hey, we're giving away more junk.
Ha ha! All right, let's go ahead.
I don't think Bestum Aerial would appreciate that jingle.
You're probably right. So I'll take away their logo and put the Super Chat logo back on. Yeah. So what I'm going to try to do right now is bring in Clever Dark Elf, a.k.a. Linda. Now, you know, I don't have the greatest history.
I'll see you guys.
No. Sometimes Dana will disappear, but not this time. I'm confident that I can bring in Linda without losing. Oh no. Oh, there she is. That's it. Add to call. Here we go. It's gonna happen. Come on,
Yeah.
Linda. Rolling the dice.
Oh, I see part of her right there.
Oh. She's messing with us. She's there. Yeah, Linda. All right. Oh, you made it. Thank goodness. Linda was messing with me because she knew I've had a sordid history with Skype. Hey,
That's
Linda.
pretty funny.
Oh, now she's not going to say anything. Can you hear me? Your audio is not on.
Yes.
Well, it would help if I turned the buttons on.
Yeah, you got to turn the buttons on.
But I'm assuming you can hear me now.
I can. And I can hear me echoing in the background.
Okay, lovely.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you make that stop?
Make that stop?
I'm getting an
Make
echo
what
of
stop?
me.
Like, turn your speakers off.
Yeah, just wait. She can't do that. You should have headphones on or something. See, we even called earlier this evening and tested all this stuff out just to make sure. But
Tell you, just for you.
she'll take care of it. It stopped, I think. I think we're good. I think
and Ken
I think we're
shrink
good.
the logo.
Shrink what logo?
The logo.
What logo?
Oh, I bet your big logo in the middle.
Me? The bird?
The bird.
You
yeah.
don't like it that big? Is it too
Because I
big?
cut off.
You are?
Yeah, I'm completely out of screen.
No, you're just seeing it that way on your end.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, welcome, Linda.
Hello.
Hello. So we've got kind of something that we want to put out there. Linda and I were talking before. Linda's a photographer, much better photographer than I am. I wouldn't even call myself a photographer by Linda's standards. But
That's spelled F-A-U-X, by the way. Photographer.
photography, yes. Linda does photography. I do F-A-U-X-tography. So Linda, what kind of photography do you do most of the time?
I shoot a lot of time-lapse photography, some wildlife, birds, stuff like that. Once in a while, I shoot portraits for people, but that doesn't happen as often as the other stuff.
And you have acquired a vast amount of knowledge that you would like to share with people.
That is correct. Yes, I
So-
do have some knowledge.
So-
Maybe it's not all good knowledge, but I've got it.
Well, you've got the experience. So here's what we're thinking. Linda came up with this great idea of doing another live stream. Just her and I. Dana, you're invited.
I'm there.
Okay. And we'll take questions from people who want to find out stuff about photography, about editing perhaps, and time lapses and anything. I'm sure we have some people interested in that kind of still photography and video and whatnot. And that would be a more specific area that you could ask her about that she specializes in, and not just drone stuff. So what we're thinking about calling it, what were we going to call it?
Well, I think I came up with something different than you did, but we might have to go with what you want to call it.
Well, I just thought we'd call it the focus ring. You get it?
I like the little sound.
Yeah, because it's about cameras and photography and
I figured we'd call it Technical Tuesday.
Technical Tuesday's good. So what do you think, people in the chat area? We'll go ahead and take your opinions right now. As Linda, you have to go here in a minute, don't you?
I got another 15 minutes before I gotta go. I gotta hit the gym. I gotta work on my guns.
Oh yeah, let's see the guns. Let's see those things. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Big guns. All right. So would you guys be interested in that? Maybe doing it once every other month or something? Welsh Dragon thinks it's a good idea. How about the F-stop? I think there's 3,000 shows called the F-stop. But I like that.
Yeah.
Hello, Brazil. Photo Friday. What do you think about that?
F-stop Fridays.
That's good. Maybe we could try it out here. If anybody has any questions for Linda, go ahead and try to stump her. Give her a photography question.
I'm ready.
All right, so Neil likes Technical Tuesday. TT, yeah. Everybody seems to like your idea. Could it be that they like your idea better because you're prettier than me?
I don't know. Maybe it's because they've got the guns out.
Oh, it's probably the guns. Do you see any questions floating by that you could answer? Linda and Ken exposed. I like that.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
No, we get flagged by YouTube. You know,
Somebody's asking.
Oh, we got a question?
I'm sure. Somebody's asking what the best way is to get long exposures during daytime.
There you go.
And the answer is you put a ND filter on it, much like you do with your drone. You can get ND filters for your camera, and that will help you be able to get a slower shutter speed.
HJ Aviation wants to know, what settings should you use for night sky photography? That's a good question.
I'd say the ISO of your camera, boost that up as high as you can go without getting too much noise. So maybe depending on the camera, somewhere between ISO 800 and 1600. And then depending on the lens that you use, you want to kind of use a fairly wide angle lens. You'd want to set the f-stop as wide open as it'll go. So maybe f2.8, f1.8, something like that. And then the shutter speed somewhere around 15 seconds. That would be my advice.
You already done blowed my mind. See? She knows a lot more than I do.
Anyway, that's a good place to get started, and then you can always adjust accordingly.
What are my favorite settings, Linda?
Auto and auto.
Automatic.
That's right. That's right. There's nothing wrong with that. You got to start somewhere. I don't want people to feel bad because they think they can't do one thing or another. Like, we can just take little baby steps, and that would be great.
Okay. So Technical Tuesday, I guess we're going to call it Technical Tuesday. We'll try one next Tuesday. We'll try that. What do you think, Linda?
Sounds fabulous.
Okay, so next Tuesday, that would be the date on next Tuesday. There would be the 26th. So the 26th, we'll try a live stream of our camera show, which will be essentially the same thing this is. It'll be Linda answering all the questions and me just doing stupid sound effects.
But then we can invite Dana on the show, and then I can be pushed off to the side of the screen.
Yeah.
You're still in the screen.
No.
I know. I think he is, because this happened to me before on a previous show, but then when I look back at the actual video of the show, it looked like it was still on the screen.
If you're looking through Skype, then you're off the screen probably. If you're looking through YouTube, then it should look okay. I hope so anyway.
Okay.
I can get out of the screen and Dana can come back.
No. Hey everybody, it's the Dana Show.
Yeah, that's right. Oh wait, I gotta get back out of the screen.
All right. Hey, Linda, you want a sticker? Do you have a minute?
Yeah, I got a minute.
Okay. I'm going to read this letter that I got from Peter Hillard. He is a fan of the channel. Let me get some groovy music here. Oh, that's good. All right, his drone was attacked by bees. He wrote me a letter. Hey Ken, I'm a keen subscriber. That's my Australian accent, which I will stop now. Yes, I'm going to stop. I watch all of your videos and live shows. Very good. Thank you, sir. Everybody should do that. By the way, I love the fun interaction between you and Peter. Never mind your own. I am 66 years old from Sydney, Australia. I fly a Phantom 4 Pro and have done a few videos that I've put on YouTube, mainly just for friends and relatives to access. I thought you might be interested in my recent video showing the Phantom 4 Pro being attacked by bees. And then it started attacking me. It's the weirdest thing I've seen with a DJI drone. By the way, since this incident, it has flown perfectly. In Australia, our civil aviation authorities, CASA, are apparently trolling through YouTube videos looking for any infractions of Australian drone flying rules. And they have fined one guy from Queensland $850. So I have been restricting access to my videos for some of my videos where I have maybe violated the height limit. Wink. Yeah. Thanks for all the effort you put in. Cheers, Peter Hillard. So I'm going to share this video now of him getting his drone attacked by bees. Enjoy.
Practicing flying, doing some orbiting around a point of interest. Everything seems to be going okay.
His levels are a little wonky on this.
It'll...
I started to see some insects crossing the screen. Here's a bee. It's obviously a bee. And another one.
Oh, here it comes. I like the music.
I decide to move away from this area to get away from the bees.
So much drama.
Yeah.
But the bees have followed me.
They followed him.
The bees followed me.
Oh no.
But as I head back to my home position, the numbers start increasing.
Oh, look at all that.
It's a full-on attack. They seem to be driven crazy by the sound of the propellers.
Oh my
I wouldn't fly back to to where I was.
No. And you know they're dying too.
I couldn't get the quadcopter to come down. It seemed to be sensing the obstruction of the bees beneath it, and it refused to descend.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Later, I decided to try tracking me, and things were going okay for a while.
This is where his drone goes wonky.
I started to hear the sound of the quadcopter getting louder, just heading straight for me. I raise it up a couple of meters to get it above my head level. But while I'm taking it out of tracking mode, it dives down at me. Comes in again.
Attack! Oh!
So his drone started attacking him. Oh my goodness, man. What do you think of that?
It's homicidal.
Yeah. Well, all right. I think I know what happened. I think what happened was so many dead bee bodies gunked up his sensors, right? I mean, that's what happened there.
Guess so. Yeah, they just. I guess thinking about it now, he should have just taken a moment, turned those sensors off. You know, in the software.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Right.
Wow, man, that's
You know what you're going to have to do, buddy, is you're going to have to just set the drone down and leave it be.
Oh my goodness.
And then pick it up later on and listen closely. If you hear a buzzing sound, then just put it down and leave it be again.
Is that the BGs? I'm not sure.
Oh, man.
Oh!
Oh, zing. Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you very much for that note. I appreciate it. He says it's working fine now, so thanks for sharing that, Peter Hillard. And thank you for being on with us, Linda. Appreciate that.
Yes, yeah. You're welcome.
And now what I'm going to
I
try...
contributed very little, so.
No. You always contribute a lot. And I have the Jingle Singers here with a departing song for you.
Excellent.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Do. Now, let's see. Now, don't hang up on me. Let me see if I can hang up on you. Boom! No, oh, Dana's gone. Oh, no. I knew I'd mess that up somehow. I'll get Dana back. Thank you very much, Linda. Oh, my goodness. Dana, sorry. I'll call you back, buddy. He's gonna... Yeah. It couldn't have just gone smoothly.
Oh, no, man.
You know what I did earlier? In anticipation of this, I made sure to read the instructions and videos and everything to make sure I knew how to do that. But
You did?
I guess I need to go back to this Skype school.
Read them again.
Yeah, I got to go back to Skype school. So, just to let everybody know, Super Chat is on. So far, no Super Chats tonight. Nobody wants these eyes.
Everybody's got eyes, man.
Peter could have avoided that bee attack if only he had a set of these eyes on his Phantom. And they look cool, too.
I read in here where somebody's already put them on their fat sharks, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's cool. I've got some pictures of people's drones that have...
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Oh, Alexa. Oh, I said pictures, and she thought I said her name. Isn't that weird?
Need some Alexa jokes. Oh no.
Alexa, tell me a joke.
Why was the ghost so well liked by his classmates? He had a lot of school spirit.
Man, she's so goofy, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's a picture of David Seadoo's drone with the eyes on it. That looks cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got him kind of looking up a little bit.
Yeah, they were on the top side.
Yeah.
And then I've got, you'll recognize this name because he's won every single prize that we've ever given away. And
Craig!
Craig, yes. Here's Craig's, his eyes that he won. And that's
look good, man.
That's not a pillow. That's a dog.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a dog right there, isn't it?
Is that a Shar-Pei? Hey, be careful. You might cut yourself. That dog is Shar-Pei. Come on, that was a good one right there. That's the comedy that you're paying for.
Man, you smelled that one a mile off, man.
Yeah. So, yes, $10 super chat will get you a pair of eyes. Just let us know whether you want the big ones or the little ones, and also knobs from Bestum Ariel. Bestum Ariel. They are the bestum.
All right. Well, what do I?
It's what? What, Dana? What is it?
I think I heard channels changing.
No.
What do I got? What do I got?
Well, we have to call B. Oh, look at that.
It's time for B?
It's time for B. Now,
Neil wants some eyes.
Okay, you got it, Neil. Now, don't forget, if you do want the eyes, make sure you private message me your address so that I know. And if you've gotten eyes before and you haven't gotten them yet, I will let my staff know. Staff? Oh, wait, it's me. I probably just forgot or didn't get your message or something, so remind me and send me your address. Yeah, the staff. It's just me.
Staff?
So, yeah, thank you for the super chat, Neil. That's very nice.
Where is our favorite place to fly in Nashville?
What would you say? What have we filmed most in Nashville?
You know what? We've been so many places in Nashville. You know, I got to say, I didn't even fly it, but I was right there with you when we was flying over the Bat Building.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
That was awful cool, and I didn't even fly it just because I'm a little girl, and I wanted to be. If we had 2 drones out, it would have taken longer for us to run.
Oh no! All the rules were followed. Go back about 15 videos ago. You can see the Bat Building in downtown Nashville. Class G airspace. If you're very careful and go on a Sunday when nobody's walking in the streets, you can film it.
Yeah, that one was pretty darn good. But you know what? We've found some really cool stuff over the river and the prison.
I like that meat packing place with
the
that
meat packing place. Yeah,
the lady that lived in the. Yeah, there's so many places.
That was fabulous in there. You know,
and the mural.
Been so much. There's a couple of rock quarries that we've been to that was just really. I mean, you know what? It's just a rock quarry. I understand that it's just a hole in the earth, but you know what? If you'd never seen those from that angle before, it's pretty darn cool looking.
Right. Okay. B is actually on the job right now. He is a professional drone pilot, and he's set aside some time to talk with us. So he's a busy guy. I'm going to go ahead and bring him in.
Johnny Cash. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Let's bring in B.
The DRONR?
Yes. DRONR.
All right.
Yeah. Please be there.
Hey.
Yes. All right. Yes.
Yo.
Hey, man.
How's it going?
Welcome to the show. We can see the lower half of your face. I think the best part of your head is probably the top. There it is.
Here we go.
Yeah, there he is,
guy.
ladies and gentlemen. It's
Check
B.
that shirt out, man. Check his shirt. Yeah, baby.
You know what? We need to get product.
We need shirts.
Yeah, we can make that happen.
We don't
tell
have
me
any.
what you want, how many you want, and it's going to be shipped.
Okay, cool. Well, B, before we go any further, I put together an intro song for you. I'm going to sing this myself because you are so dear to me. Let's go ahead and.
Oh man, you cracked me up.
You know, I don't have a band like the rest of the talk show hosts, so it's just me.
Staff?
Yeah, here we go. Mr. B, Mr. B, Mr. B, Mr. B. Welcome to the live stream, Mr. B. Welcome to the live stream, Mr. B.
No,
nailed it.
One day I hope to be as talented as you because that was incredible. Like that actually that reminds me of how good Kelly from Ready Set Drone is at table tennis. That's what I'll say to that. It reminds me of that.
So my singing is equivalent to his table tennis skills.
That is 100% true.
I tell you what, just as a side note, I have a hell of a serve. I can't play the rest of the game, but if you can get past my serve, that's how I win.
So wait, my question is, so I actually played table tennis competitively for a while. So this is something I had to teach Kelly too.
Oh.
Were you serving directly from your hand, or are you throwing the ball up and then hitting it?
Ball hitting it, throwing it up and then hitting it.
Oh, okay. You don't want to play me. You don't want to play me.
Oh, no?
No, you don't want to play.
Oh,
like I said, ask Kelly.
You can return that?
I can almost guarantee it.
Oh, it's on, my friend.
I'm waiting for Kelly. He's watching us right now to say something. He's not good at table.
Cool. Well,
yes.
so you thank you very much for taking time. You're out on location right now at a shoot right now.
I am actually. That's why I have my. Let me show you. Wait for it.
Yeah.
Got my location walkie-talkie.
Oh, cool.
I'm actually in Malibu today. Malibu, California.
Okay.
And I'm filming for a German client that I cannot say who they are, but yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Heineken beer. So
actually, I went there. But,
okay, so people who don't know Brennon, you need to go over to his DRONR channel. It's awesome. You have these great tidbits where you tell all the news and what's going on in the world, and you're very knowledgeable about things. And you actually just got back from Australia.
I did just get back from Australia. Well, first of all, thank you for the love on the channel, man. Your channel is, I like to think I was funny, or my channel was like entertaining until I started watching yours.
Oh.
I was like, all right, well, I got a lot of room to grow.
Nah.
But we'll get there. We'll get there.
Not
everybody can sing like you.
You're a professional drone pilot. I'm a professional clown. That's all I am.
Well, you're good at it though.
Well, thanks. So
I got to go to Australia. It was awesome. I got to film for a place called Tree Adventures, which is like they have a bunch of different parks all over the country, and it's like a ropes course with like zip lines and like crazy like climbing through stuff with different levels of difficulty, like kind of like skiing.
Right.
There's like blue, red, black, and then like ultra black.
So you had to film in the trees.
Pretty much. Yes, it was very difficult. I made literally an entire video about how difficult it is to fly.
Right, and I saw that. And for those who didn't see it, you were using, what drone were you using for that?
I brought 3 drones actually. I brought the Phantom 4 Pro, I brought the Mavic, and I brought the Spark. I ended up using the Phantom 4 Pro the most because the object avoidance sensors, but the Mavic was able to do stuff in smaller spaces. And I didn't really use the Spark. I just kind of brought it to have fun with it. It's not really good for professional work, but it's kind of fun to play with though.
What is your favorite drone to do your professional, if you have the room, you're not in a forest, what is your favorite drone to work with?
The Inspire 2.
Yeah.
The Inspire 2 is a wonderful machine. Like, I mean, even besides the camera, which is next level compared to all the rest of these cameras out here on these drones, I love safety and redundancy. And cars going behind me. But the redundancy of having 2 batteries that also last longer than the Inspire 1, that lasts, it flies as long as the Phantom 4 Pro and has a camera that's almost twice as good. So it's just, when we talk about professional work and giving the best product to your client outside of flying a separate camera on like a like an Alta rig or something like that, or Matrice, then the Inspire 2 is the way to go.
And do you use the dual feature, or do you do the camera yourself as well? Do you have a separate pilot and a separate camera person?
Well, depending on the scope of the job, typically the smallest my crew will ever be is 2 people. But you know, the crew can get up to 4 people. So it just really depends on the job and what they're looking for. Typically, the best way to do it is to have 3. You have 1 person flying the drone, 1 person flying the camera under the drone, and then 1 person playing spotter or visual observer to make sure that everybody's staying safe, out of the way, and you know, just really make you feel good. And it's fun because you get to put on these, like, I have these ear tech headsets. Somewhere we have like the open walkie channel, so literally we don't have to look at each other. We don't have to yell. We don't have to raise our voices. Everything we say is in everybody's ear at all times. But again, like, the biggest thing is always safety. Number 2, creativity, making the shot beautiful.
Cool.
So,
Now,
so B, did you have any issues? Now, you flew to Australia with 3 different drones. Did you have any problems going through any of the security or the bags getting checked, or I don't know how'd you fly them over there?
Well, honestly, when I first started like traveling internationally with drones, I was terrified. But I started doing that back in like 2013. So after you learn how to do it, like, the real key to it is just make sure that you have your batteries in your carry-on bag. Oh wait, there you go. Batteries in your carry-on bag, and after that, you're good. You're good to go. If you keep the drone in there, then nobody even messes with you.
So batteries, you need to carry them on, the batteries
separately.
Yep.
And then check
keep the batteries in your bag. Yep, check the drone, and then when you check it, just make sure you have a solid case. Like, I use Pelican cases.
Right.
Like, there's a bunch of different people that cut foam for the different Pelican cases, but pretty much, like, when it comes to production standard, Pelican cases are what it is. They're really hard plastic. They can't hurt them. Well, I shouldn't say can't. You know, anything's possible, but they're not normally able to hurt the drone when it gets under the plane. So it's really useful like that.
Now, I wanted to ask you about Part 107 waiver here in a minute, but before that, you did send me some footage, and
yeah, because I'm in Australia, right? And
yeah,
there's no kangaroos anywhere, and the people who are living there, they're like, oh, they're everywhere. They're like deer here, and I'm like, I don't see any kangaroo. I don't see any wallaby anywhere. Well, they're kind of skittish. You just have to be around where they are. And the whole trip, I was there for 3 weeks, the entire trip, up 2.5 weeks in, haven't seen any kangaroo. And of course, the one day it's raining, we're driving across the country to get from one location to another one. That's when the kangaroo show up. And I'm like, whatever. I have my Mavic ready. Literally the entire time we're driving everywhere, like, I have the Mavic in my lap. And I'm just like, while we're driving, I'm looking back and forth. And finally we found some kangaroo. And this is the shots. They're not pretty. I don't care. I shot kangaroo in a cinematic way.
Okay.
They're not pretty, but I had fun with it because the kangaroo were just like hopping along this field.
Yeah.
And I found them. And
you're in Australia, and you have to shoot the kangaroo if you're in Australia. Right?
Thank you. Exactly. I'm like, if there's any cliche thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drone some kangaroo. Like, this is what I have to do. So this my life was completed.
What were you using? Which drone were you using at this point?
This is the Mavic. This is the DJI Mavic.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now, how far away? You can't tell how far away from them you are, but you didn't get up and like in their face.
So you see those trees along the left side there?
Yeah.
There's a street like pretty much right next to those trees, and I'm pretty much like right there at those. I'm right there at that tree line, pretty much like, on the street, like almost directly in front of the drone. So I'm probably.
Look at those little.
Right. Look at them. They're adorable.
They're so cute. Oh man. Were there? Did you see any babies? Did you see any little babies?
Yeah, I did. We saw the baby kangaroo. Like, we went to the zoo because I was like, I'm gonna see kangaroo either way since I'm here. So we went to the zoo and we saw wallaby and all that, and they were super chill. Another thing I didn't know is that Australians eat kangaroo alive.
What?
Because,
whoa!
Yeah.
You eat kangaroo?
Kangaroo steaks.
No.
Jay Molesworth in the chat just said we like eating them too.
Oh no!
See?
That's like finding out that other countries like to eat dogs and stuff. I don't know. No.
Oh, look, I'm gonna say you're gonna judge me right now.
Yeah.
I ate a kangaroo steak.
Did you?
I did.
No.
It was delicious.
Oh.
It was so
good.
My goodness. You're thinking kangaroo steak is gonna come from like the kangaroo's rib cage or its arms. Like, no, it's the tail.
You're eating the tail?
Yep, nothing but lean meat. and it's delicious.
Oh.
It's absolutely.
Wow.
I didn't want to do it. I didn't like the idea of it, but literally, apparently they are like, you go to a restaurant, it's on the menu. It's not like it's a regular. It's not like it's a weird thing.
So what did it taste like?
It tasted like a lean steak, but had like a little bit of a gamey taste to it, kind of like when you eat deer.
Okay.
So it's like halfway between deer and halfway between like steak. I'd say.
And when you were,
is it a delicacy over there or just like normal?
No, it's like venison to us. It's like,
okay. And when you were when you were done eating the kangaroos, when you were done, did you feel hoppy inside? I couldn't get that out fast enough. All right. Now, you got a couple minutes, right? I have another awesome video from you. This is the footage that you sent me from Australia. Maybe you can take us through this and tell us a little bit about what we're seeing here.
Okay, yeah. So this is just like some general B-roll that I got from Australia. This is near the 12 Apostles on the West Coast. That's actually our host right there, Rebecca, standing on this like little epic archway.
That's so beautiful.
Awesome. Yeah, we shot most of this footage is off the Phantom 4 Pro because that thing is incredible. But this is like all the footage that we got in our spare time while we were still traveling and not working. So yeah, we're just playing around. That's her, hanging out. She was like our favorite model. She modeled for us a lot. And this is just a Western Australia coastline. It's beautiful there. Like it actually reminded me a lot of Southern California, where I live. This is just, straight down shots of that. Those are the 12 Apostles right there. That's what that's called. So you see like those rocks sitting up there.
Yeah.
This is a lighthouse whose name I forgot. But the moon was so beautiful this night that I couldn't help but shoot it.
This
is like
a night, a dusk or dawn, or just
dusk? Actually, so full honesty, it was actually much brighter outside than that, but I actually just graded it to look a little darker. This is actually a zip line from when I was working.
These are amazing shots that you got.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
They were very difficult. As you can tell, I'm flying through trees, so lining up these shots became a real thing. But we did it. Like I said, I always fly with two people. I had somebody spotting for me, telling me that I was safe, and I was still nervous though because I was flying from the platform that they were doing zip lining on. So I had to take off and land on a platform that was like 2 feet by 2, like 2 by 2 feet.
So do you fly any of this with goggles?
No, I've yet to really use goggles very much, to be honest. Like I have some goggles for like the Blade and Duck tricks, like a little first-person view, little tiny one.
Right.
But when I'm flying off of this, like I like to be able to still look over at the drone. So for me, I don't see that much of an advantage to be able to use goggles because I still like to be able to see the drone and be able to look up and say, oh, okay, if somebody tells me I'm about to hit something,
right,
or I need, then I don't want to have to go like, huh?
Right. Now for any of these locations, oh, there he is. For any of these locations, like back here, did you have to get permits? What's permitting like in another country and rules dealing with all of that?
So in Australia, it was really interesting. So I did a bunch of research in Australia about what their drone policies and their laws are, because it's not like it is in the United States, but it is similar. And since all of this, I was flying recreationally, the recreational rules are pretty similar to they are here in the States. It's just like, within, I forget, X amount of kilometers of an airport, and they actually have an app that tells you what you can, where you can and can't fly. So I downloaded the app and just like was plugging and playing, stayed away from airports. I only really flew in like places that there was literally nothing anywhere near that. Like I flew over water a lot. Okay, so the opera house here, that was okay, right? There's no airports near there? No, there was no airports, but there was a restricted airspace, which was like over that harbor. And I flew right up to the edge of it because the restricted airspace, I think, was on the north side of the harbor. So like I just stayed to the south of that restricted airspace area. And I have had some people tell me afterwards, they're like, hey, this harbor that you flew in, you shouldn't have done that. And I was like, look, I downloaded the app, I followed the rules the best way you know how, and I did, and it's fine. Like as far as I could tell, it's fine. If I made a mistake, I own to it. But at the same time, like I did all the due diligence I know how to do. And what else can you do at that point, right? Right. Very cool. Dana, did you have a question? Because I wanted to ask him about the Part 107 waiver. Back here in this country, I'm sure you've applied for waivers through the FAA before, have you not? I've gotten some airspace waivers. I've gotten nighttime waiver. I have the nighttime waiver, so I've gotten those two. I've not gotten the flying over people waiver. No, I don't really have an interest in that one.
How long did it take for the FAA to respond to your request?
All right, so for the nighttime waiver, it took them, I think, 45 days to respond and request additional information. So what you do is you pretty much have to write a book report. You're just like, here you go, here's more information you could ever need about what I'm going to be doing with this waiver. And then after that, they say, okay, cool. They don't say anything. Like, you just send it into the void, pretty much. And then like 45 days later, they contact you and request additional information and ask one more question. And that question can be anything. My question was something like, how can you make sure you avoid people under the drone, I think, or something like that. And you just give them an answer. I was just like, I will not fly over people because my visual observer will be making sure I don't do it. And then probably about a week later, then they just sent me like a certificate waiver that says, here you are, you're allowed to do that. I present that to the permitting office at Film LA, and they allowed me to fly.
It's hard to plan, though. If a client requests you to do something, it's hard to plan with the FAA involved, is it not?
Amen, brother.
Yeah.
It's one of the most difficult, it's actually one of the most challenging things about being a professional drone pilot, is that the permit processes in 80 to 90% of the places aren't that bad. If you go through the due diligence, if you have enough time, you know, typically most places can give you a permit within, if you have insurance and you're all set, you can get a permit within a week or two, at the 2 weeks at the most. You can get a permit. If you're allowed to fly somewhere, they'll take care of you, you'll be fine. But if you need a waiver from the FAA, it is, you like, what clients have you ever had, Ken, or any other professional drone pilot that says, we contact you 3 months in advance to be able to shoot something? And that's pretty much how much time you have to wait, or how much time you have to guarantee to be able to get a waiver. Like, honestly, on the job I'm on right now, I was not able to do part of what they wanted me to do because they wanted me to fly on the edge of some Class D airspace that in Long Beach, and I couldn't do because I've applied for the waiver, but what do you tell them? All you can tell the client is what I just told you. Is like, hey, I applied for it. The moment you told me you wanted me to do it, it normally takes 45 days to 90 days.
And how do they respond to that? How does the client respond to that?
Every client's different. This client was just like, I mean, we understand. Thank you for doing your due diligence. You don't get this money. I mean, they didn't say that, but that's pretty much what that's what it came down to. It's like, welcome to not getting paid for that, you know? So I've actually lost a good amount of business because of the systems for that. Yeah,
but you're going to have a good reputation for following the rules. You don't want to be a rule breaker and have that getting around either.
Exactly. Like, you know, I do my best to it because, like, as you see on my channel, like, a lot of things I do is tell people about the drone regulations and all that, you know, and it's like a slippery slope because there's still a lot of gray area when it comes to what you can and can't do, or a lot of areas where it's still not sussed out, like we're saying with these waivers. To be able to get this, it's like, it's an unreasonable amount of time for a pilot to have to wait because no client is ever contacting us that far ahead of time, for the most part. Most clients are not. So it's just, it's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Know, it's a real thing, and
I don't want to go ahead, Dana.
So Brennan, I just, for all of us that are watching and listening and everybody in the chat and everything, I was just wondering, now here you are, a professional drone pilot. Is there enough work out there for this?
That's a really interesting question. And so I'm going to say, first off, I was very, very fortunate in how I got into being a drone pilot, is that when I first started flying, I didn't really have an intention of making money with it. I just did it because I loved it. And I used to play video games, like, competitively. So the first time I saw a drone controller was like at the end of 2012. And so I started flying in 2013 because I was like, I was better at video games than most people. I'd probably be better at flying drones. Let's try it out. And so I started doing it, and I already worked in production. I'm a producer. So I was already around all these people who work in production, had connections with directors of photography and directors, and I'm already around all of this. So when I was like, hey, by the way, I fly drones too, then, you know, I was flying drones long before Part 107 came out. People knew who I was, knew that this is the guy who brings the little drones to set, flies them around. So when they get a request of a client to say, hey, we want to fly drones, then they just will contact me. I'm the guy. And after Part 107 came out, then I just let all the people know who I know might need my services, and I've been busy since. But I will say that I do think there is more than enough work, but you have to understand there's a variety of work, because I do drone cinematography. You can be doing drone inspection. You can be doing like drone agriculture work. Like, there's a lot of different ways to be able to make money from using drones, like real estate stuff, you know. And like, I even did something in DRONR News the other day where they're actually using drones to help hang power lines, you know. So, and Ken did an inspection on some wires the other day. I was watching his video the other day.
Yeah.
So I think if you're creative with marketing, if you have a second job before you do this that you can also still keep doing too,
yes,
and you really and you really love like problem solving, then you could probably be a good drone pilot. And when I say problem solving, I'm sure you know, Ken, is that all the time random things just go wrong, and you have to sit at your computer and search, and try to find other people who figured it out, and then play with your drone until you get it right. That's probably one of the most time-consuming things about being a drone pilot is you got to make sure your equipment works, which sometimes is incredibly frustrating.
It's all about prioritization and trying to put out little fires. And speaking of which, we're coming up on 8 o'clock, and we still have a lot to get to, so it's probably going to run over. But I wanted to thank you for, and I saw this on your channel, I wanted to thank you for bringing to attention AirMap. And I'll bring that up right here on my computer if I can. There it is. This is my area right here. This is a really handy thing, and it's available for as an app as well. But I saw this because of you. And I'm going to click this. It's on Fly for Fun. Watch what happens when I click here and click on the Part 107. It opens up the whole area here. This is just where I live.
That's why you want a Part 107 right there. That's exactly why you want a Part 107. Even if you're not going to do a bunch of work, it only costs $120-something to get that, to take the test. And how much more you can fly and how much more knowledgeable of a pilot you are, and also your ability to make money, it's just like, why wouldn't you do it? It's highly recommended. That AirMap is one of the best tools I've been able to find to be able to figure out, to be able to do a quick reference for airspace, like what classification airspace you in, what can you and can't you do.
And there's links to where you can get that in the description of this video. Now, before we let you go, we wanted to mention that this Saturday with Kelly from Ready Set Drone, you guys are doing a live thing together. More about that.
So we have a lot of fun, and we talk a lot of junk too, because like I said, again, I want you to ask him what happened when we played table tennis.
Okay. Very cool. So that's this Saturday, 7 p.m. Central Time?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being on with us, sir.
Hey, man, I really appreciate having both you guys. Like I said, send me your shirt sizes, and you guys can be fly like me.
I want to be fly.
Also, I personally think we should do something with me, you, and Kelly. We're all five of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 of us on something.
Yeah.
Because I went to Texas to hang out with Kelly, so I got to come see you too. So we can do
Come on,
cool.
man.
And the link to B's channel is in my description. Please go over there and subscribe to him. He's got a heck of a channel. He's very informational.
7:30 Central Time.
7:30 Central
Time. Kelly just corrected me.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Thanks again. And I'm going to ask you, because Skype is not my friend, to just go ahead and hang up on me.
I have no problem with that. All right,
wait. I can do it. I can do it. Hold on. Hold on. Bye. Bye, B. Boom.
Bye, everybody.
I did it. Boom. I rule Skype.
Am I still here?
You're still there.
I can't believe it.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. There we go. I did it. Woo.
Wow. How about that?
Oh, my goodness. All right. So it's time to give away the drone. This awesome, fantastically named drone from Force One. Force One! This is
Heron.
The Red Heron. And I took this out earlier today, and I'll get that video ready here. Where is it? It's not there. It's over here. And then I click on, and then that one. Okay. And then I click that, and Dana doesn't talk. He just lets me die here.
Just linger in there.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
And Dennis needs some knobs, dude.
Oh, hey, Dennis. All right. Thank you so much.
Knobs.
Thanks for the super chat. Yeah, super chat is on right now. To anyone who would like a set of.
Be sure and email him your address and everything, Dennis.
Yeah, email or private message me, and here are your knobs and eyes of all shapes and sizes for your drone. Now, about the prize, and here's me playing with it earlier today. All right, here we are with the Red Heron, and it's already one of my favorite drones, not just because it's got a cool name, Heron. No, but because here's the remote, here's the turn on the video button, here's the take a picture button. Couldn't be simpler. It's not the most sturdy of quadcopters, but the Red Heron is made by Force One, which is fast becoming one of my favorite toy drone companies. And it doesn't have a stupid app that you have to install. I'm gonna go ahead and start the video. And here's why I love the camera. You see the camera? It's got a red blinking light. You know it's taking video. Let's take off. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, there we go. It's not the most stable thing, but I'm not holding it. It's doing pretty well. Let's go mess with Betty. Betty! Hey, Betty! Wave to everybody on YouTube, Betty! Oh, yeah. It is fun to fly. And I think it would be pretty simple for a kid. Because right now, I let go and it's pretty much staying in the same place. I'm gonna chase him out of the parking lot. Here's where I try to follow the van with a toy drone. There's, yeah. Making chase. Go get him. It went too fast.
Yeah.
Not bad on the range. All right. Yes, sir. All right, now here's where I need your help, Dana. I need you to keep an eye on the chat, okay?
Spanky says Betty hates you too.
Oh. Betty, every time I have a camera around the radio station near Betty, she goes, Ken, I don't want to be on video. And I say, but Betty, you're on YouTube right now. And she always goes, no, I'm not. And I say, yes, you are. No, I'm not. Yes, you are, Betty. So here's why I need your help. Dana.
Let's do it.
All right, keep your eye on the chat. Here's how you win the red heron. There is another Ken Heron in the world. You thought one was enough. Well, there's another one. And this Ken Heron was in a horror movie. First person to correctly name the horror movie wins. And go.
I don't know, so...
Yeah, you got to keep your answer specific. And Craig Wilson, you're not eligible. You've already won.
I'm not seeing... Frankenstein?
No.
Night of the Creeps? Christine?
It was Night of the Creeps. Who got it?
Jason Hodgkin.
Jason Hodgkin.
Hodgkin was the first.
All right. And the Jingle Singers have something for you.
Everybody but you is a loser.
Yeah. Love those Jingle Singers.
Everybody but you is a
Everybody but you is a loser.
Congratulations, Jason
That's
Hodgkins. All right.
good.
All right.
That's
So,
good.
Welsh Dragon 123 needs some eyes. Welsh Dragon, these are your eyeballs. Don't
Do you
forget
want
to.
big eyes or small eyes?
Yeah, you gotta let me know. Just let me know when you private message me. Let me know which ones you want. Unless you'd like to super chat again, which is just fine with me.
Yeah.
So we gotta get to the viewer video of the day, which is just fantastic. But first, it's time for news.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it's drone news. All the news it's fit to drone. Drone the news. News the drone. It's Dana with drone news. Yeah. What you got?
Today in America, I do have some news right here, and this is pretty cool.
Okay,
First
hold
off,
on.
Michael needs some Mavic eyes.
Michael, you've got your Mavic eyes, buddy. Don't
There
forget
they
to
are,
private
man.
message me. All right. Keep the birds away.
I got some news out in San Jose, California.
Mm-hmm.
They have developed a device for the Inspire that will, I believe it's the Inspire 2, but either way, that is will automatically, by drone, go up and remove graffiti off of walls and bridges and stuff like that. It carries a spray paint can, and you can go up there by drone and paint over the graffiti.
That's awesome. Michael Palmer.
Is that cool?
You got some Mavic eyes, buddy. You're Mavic eyes. Didn't want to forget about him. That is very cool, man. You can do so many things with drones.
Yeah. Not only that, there also have just came out in Switzerland with a little caged area that goes on drones that automatically the cage kind of closes up around its package.
You know, I had a cage close around my package once. Good night, everybody.
Cargo.
I've just been flagged by YouTube. Sorry. I couldn't resist that one, man. Sorry.
It wraps around its cargo.
Yeah,
and it can
okay.
hold up to 500 grams.
Yeah.
Which is about 1.1 pounds, something like that. Anyway, it carries medicines and food and all this kind of stuff out to, say, flood victims like we've had here in the States lately. It can carry all this kind of stuff. Scientists have developed this out in Switzerland.
Wow. What do you think of that, Jingle Singers?
This is getting boring.
Well, here's the moral of the story.
Yeah. Tell me the moral.
If you'll just shut up your singers long enough.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Moral of this story is all of the grief that us drone folks get from people that are so ignorant and are afraid and don't know and all this good stuff. You know what? There's just as much good stuff.
Absolutely.
With drones being able to save people, fix things high up and not risk people's lives.
That's
doing
right.
it.
You know, the Arch in St. Louis, they've been killing themselves trying to put people up there to actually rappel off the side to clean it. You know,
Yeah.
I
mentioned the expense that it's saving that a drone can go up and do, and the expense of that kind of cleaning and stuff is a fortune, you know.
True.
So it's just cool that, you know what, drones are very cool for a whole lot more reasons than me and you just like to go out on Sundays and fly.
Which we're going to do this Sunday, are we not? Are we taking the Adventure Mobile out? Okay, cool. Thank you for that drone news. And now, as it's getting a little late, we're going to go ahead and get into the viewer video of the week. If you would like to submit your video for the viewer video of the week, it can be anything. It can be poignant. It can be, holy cow, we got another $10 super chat. He needs some eyes. Thank you very much. Don't forget to private message me, DRONR Doll. Yeah, it can be anything. And if you would like to send that to me, kenheronupload@gmail.com. That's kenheronupload@gmail.com. And now this week's viewer video of the week, which is awesome. It is awesome. This is from Skyview KY. I'm assuming it's Kentucky. Skyview, Kentucky. This is called Cincinnati Skyline Before a Storm. And it's awesome. Enjoy. Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm sure he had all his permits and everything together before he flew over traffic and people.
That looked awesome.
Doesn't it? Pretty sure we're about to see some lightning. Banks always have the best buildings, don't they?
That's where all the money is.
It's true.
It's a pond. Oh, that's awesome.
Isn't that great? Yeah. That's awesome.
That was Cincinnati Reds play.
Think so, yeah. Look at that rain coming down.
That would be called Riverfront Stadium.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
There's some really good lightning here in a second. I'll full screen this for you.
He had to be freaking out, man.
Yeah. That's just beautiful.
Oh, man. How risky, but how cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Ah!
That's just amazing. Isn't that wonderful?
Oh, my goodness. That's going to be hard to beat that one, man.
Yeah. Now, I will admit, I did add the music and the sound effects. He was playing some Eric Clapton song under it. But thank you very much for sending that in. That was from Skyview, KY, or Kentucky, Cincinnati before storm. There's a link in the description if you want to watch that again. Dana, is there anything you would like to say to anyone before we go? Anything you'd like to add? Maybe.
Hey, man, just be a good droner.
Be a good droner. You want to take a few questions, maybe? We got a minute or two.
We can. Probably about 5 minutes here.
All right, for a couple minutes, let's see what people are chatting about.
Anybody's got anything? I mean, yeah, that. Yeah, the Bengals Stadium. Yeah, that was to the left. Yeah, it was dark. For sure.
Oh, I forgot to play one of our jingle singers.
They're wacky, they're zany, wacky and zany. It's another wacky and zany show.
Hey!
All right. Well, hey, man, let's just.
We're going to wrap it up. Yeah, there's probably too much lag. They're probably asking questions from 10 minutes ago. So
It says, have I decided on the Spark or the Mavic? Well, hey, man, it sounds Mavic all the way to me.
You going Mavic?
Well, I mean, between the two, it's got to be Mavic.
Okay, are you going to get the platinum? You got to get the platinum.
Oh, you got to get the platinum if you're going to get it. But somebody did give me some great advice, and they said, be sure you get it from like Best Buy so you can take it back until you get a good one.
Oh, okay. That's good advice, actually. Or
good.
buy it from a dealer that you know. So,
yeah,
well, that was awesome. I think today's show went very well. Congratulations to Jason Hodgkins for winning this Red Heron drone. Of course, every week we've got prizes. If at any time you would like some of these eyes, just let me know. I'll send you a link to the guy that makes them for me. And one more time from the Jingle Singers.
We hope you enjoyed the show half as much as you would have if it had been twice as good.
Yeah! Thanks. Until next time.
Till next time, my friends.
Buh.
And bye.
Yeah.